Welcome to Ballistic High Speed, where we combine two of the greatest things on planet Earth, super slow motion
and firearms and firearm physics. I'm Adam.
I'm Bryce. Join us on our journey for Ballistic High Speed. Welcome back to Ballistic High Speed. Today we're going to be investigating a somewhat interesting product sent to us by Miniature Army. It's essentially a replica miniature gun, and it's meant to be a replica of the Sig Sauer P220 45 caliber.
So like Bryce said, we have a full-size Sig P220 with some Hornady Zombie Max. I do know muzzle velocity of 1,000 feet per second, and they are a hollow point. And then we also have just some standard 45 auto hollow point. And the Contender, it fires these, they look like maybe a 2mm projectile, and we've got some ballistic gel, so we're going to see exactly what these do compared to the full-size brethren.
Yep, we don't expect much damage from the miniature gun. It's mostly going to be just the novelty of it, to see what kind of damage it could do to some of these more fun targets like a can of soda, things like that, how far it'll penetrate into gel, and then bring out the real gun and do some real fun slow-mo with it. But it's a really accurate looking miniature gun, not technically a firearm, but we're gonna check it out. We've got some graph paper here as well. We're gonna calculate exact muzzle velocity, try to figure out how much energy is in this thing. It's probably not gonna be much, but
nope,
it'll make for some fun slow-mo. Let's get to it.
Let's do it. Okay, so we're gonna try and figure out what exactly we're shooting. I've got my tweezers here. That's all it is.
If you can even call it a caliber.
So, if we had to, I'd say it's about 1.5 millimeter.
All right.
Roughly. So then to load them, let me open the back here. And it looks like it has a slot for that little, there.
Alrighty. The weapon is hot.
So that is a loaded weapon.
Let's be safe.
All right, this is shooting the miniature P220 into the ballistic gel with our graph paper. And I'm hopefully gonna get this little hook in there and keep him in frame when I shoot it.
Let's see what happens.
In 3, 2, 1.
Well, there we go.
Okay.
Oh, I see it.
I think it's that guy, right?
Yeah. It even has a little trail.
That is not in there very far. I have a poker here.
What a weird shot.
Man, the hole's not even big enough for my...
All right, you're touching it there. All right, so we got maybe half an inch.
Good grief.
I'm curious to see on that high speed what actually comes out of this, and if there's any sort of baby flare, or if it's just dirt.
This is the brass for it. You can't really fit a whole lot in that.
It's probably got, what, 3 grains of powder?
Something.
All right, let's watch some high speed.
Okay.
All right, so this is kind of a macro shot. Makes the gun not look quite so small, but
right.
Running 50,000 frames a second here. So okay. Should give us some detail, see what comes out.
Oh, yeah.
There it was.
It is very weird seeing a firearm go without the slide racking.
It just staying perfectly still. But it's got a flare, yeah. So some of that little tiny bit of powder is getting ahead of it and burning.
This is the P220 versus the gel block. This is our Hornady Zombie Max 185 grain hollow point with a muzzle velocity of 1,000 feet per second. High speed ready?
High speed's ready.
In 3, 2, 1. Weapon's clear.
All right. We shot it twice, just for the heck of it, and they both went within an inch or so of each other.
And they both appear to have done about the same thing.
It's always that initial damage right there where you can see the collapsed cavitation and the tearing.
If you look real close, you can see some of the green from that hollow point tip getting mushed in and shredded out. It's kind of cool how close you can shoot them together and still get all the same data from it. It looks pretty cool from this angle too.
I'm always surprised by how far it gets, and the gel's elasticity pulls it back several inches, right in line with that other one.
This is more familiar.
Yeah, this is what we like to see.
This is what we like.
Yeah, not a super scientific test because we're not doing really any measurements or anything, but it's nice to see a real bullet.
It's just so much fun.
Yeah. Okay, well next, shoot some soda cans and fruits, things like that.
I believe we should.
See if it'll actually damage it.
What if it just bounces off the side of the can?
We'll get it on high speed. All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. This is the miniature P220 versus soda can. In 3, 2, 1.
It spread all over. I don't think we needed to do this, but we kind of had to, just to see if it would even penetrate the can. There it goes, the little tiniest droplets coming out. Wow.
I was kind of hoping to see, because I know on the can there was a dent on the back where he tried to get back out.
Well, let's watch the back and see. That fluid would have definitely slowed it down very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
So probably just barely nicked the back.
Especially shooting over on this side of the can.
I'm surprised by how much smoke comes out and then you see the bullet. That's crazy.
And then it went through.
Yeah, let's shoot a 45 into it. This is interesting, but let's just shoot the thing.
We have to.
Okay, let's go.
All right, this is going to be the 45 hollow point versus the soda can. Weapons hot. High speed's good.
High speed's ready.
In 3, 2, 1. Oh my.
Beautiful.
I am soaked.
So I'm curious, and I don't think we're ever gonna know if that hollow point started to open up. I mean, if you look at the entrance, you get like a star pattern of it, like, is that ripping open?
Because of the hollow point?
I don't know, because it does have that pattern on the front. That's interesting. Just tears it apart. There's a lot of energy, so it's not surprising.
The top part kind of stayed together as it was just coming off.
And you get more of like the still soda that it just peels over.
Just the vapor.
Yeah, not much to learn. It's mostly just for the slow-mo, but it looks pretty badass.
All right, this is going to be a 45 hollow point through this apple. Weapons hot. High speed's ready.
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Alrighty.
Weapons clear.
So I didn't think it would be worth shooting the baby gun into the apple, because best case scenario, it just goes in it and nothing happens. So this is pretty much just for some fun slow-mo. Despite hitting it slightly off center, I don't think that's a bad thing, because what it does is it sort of rips off the sides and the bottom and just unravels that skin, which is pretty cool. These bullets are so slow.
You can, even at this frame rate, you can see the rotation of the round.
Oh yeah.
That is insane.
Which makes me still want to get an engraved bullet with our logo on it to see it turn.
Oh, that would be sweet.
We got to do that at some point. All right, watermelon. I'm curious if it's actually gonna pop apart a watermelon, because 9mm doesn't really do it. I'm wondering if a 45 will.
I don't know, judging by the cavitations that we saw when we did the 9mm versus 45 in the torsos, the 45 was so much more.
That's true. And it's a smaller watermelon, so.
It is a baby one.
Okay, let's shoot it.
Let's do it. Okay, 45 hollow point versus a watermelon. Weapons hot. High speed's good.
High speed is good.
3, 2.
Oh yeah, that was the one.
Weapons clear. it didn't follow the
You're right.
the lines like it usually does.
Like with the shotgun.
Is it because it's just so small?
Or it could just be the type of watermelon. A smaller one may not have like the same
grooves.
density under the rind. I don't know.
Yeah.
But right on that impact, it just sends all those little bits right back at you. Little baby watermelon chunks. And it just creates its own path. It doesn't really care about the rind texture all that much. And it did manage to blow it apart, as we saw.
Sure did.
So.
And go everywhere.
Oh yeah, completely liquefied. Well, I think we've got our answer. Shooting a 45 is fun.
Oh, it's so fun.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't need to shoot the miniature gun into all these targets. Thankfully, we didn't.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a cool little piece, right? Something to put on your shelf, and it will shoot a bullet. I think it goes without saying that this was just a video for the sake of some fun slow-mo, so I hope you guys enjoyed that.
I know I did.
Miniaturearmy.com, that's a place you can get some of these interesting pieces. They've got more than just the P220 and the Desert Eagle that we're going to be doing next episode.
Yep.
So head over there, check it out. Even if you don't shoot anything with them, they're still a nice little desk piece to have.
I think they look really cool.
Yeah, you'll see in some of the macro shots we show, they're pretty accurate looking. They've got some nice detail on them, so go check them out if you want to get one of your own.
Very well made. We're going to get our hold of an actual 50 AE Desert Eagle to match the miniature Army Desert Eagle that they sent
One of those replicas as well. Now that we've got a Desert Eagle showing up for the next episode, give us recommendations. What do you want to see shot with 50 Action Express? It's technically a 50 caliber. It's no 50 BMG, but
correct.
Yeah, but it should still be fun. So feel free to follow us on social media. We've still got our Patreon if you'd like to see our videos 2 days early.
2 days early.
And I think that is a wrap. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. All right.